Hi everyone, I'm David and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to do a quick tutorial video on some of the things that I've been able to pick up throughout my experience of using Audacity, free audio editing software that I recently started to use. If you haven't saw by now my previous video on me starting a podcast, I had mentioned that it's the software that I've been using to edit all of my audio portion of my videos and the audio for my podcast. And I want to do a quick video to share some of the things that I've been able to pick up along the way, just so that this information could possibly help save you guys sometimes if you're just now getting into the process of creating content or recording, just to hope that it can possibly save you some time. Because I know when I first started, there's a lot of mistakes that I've made that I would say that if I would have known these tips that I'm about to share with you guys would have saved me a bunch of time. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first tip that I want to share with you guys is learning how to adjust the volume. And I feel like this one is very minor, but for me, and there has been multiple times when I had went through a whole recording and thought I had captured some great content, or I had already finished recording a full video, and then when I go back and review, I noticed that the audio was pretty low, or the sound was coming through very low. So I want to share this quick tip that I learned. So if you go open up Audacity, there's two methods that you can use to adjust your audio. For example, in this one, like right now, you see there's two different methods that I found that you can use to adjust your audio. One, you can try this one, which I have. You just go to Effect and go to Loudest Normalizer, and you adjust these. I tried using this one a few times, but I feel like with this portion, which as you can see, it does increase the level of the audio recording. However, I learned more recently that that's not my go-to method, mainly because I feel like using this method causes a little more distortion. So now what I normally do in order to adjust my value is you hit Control A, or you just double tap to select all the recording, and then you just go to bass and treble, and then you can adjust the volume here, which I believe provides like a more equal level of increase throughout the whole recording, the whole track. So it helps avoid that distortion effect that comes from using the other method. And I know some of you might be thinking that is very minor or might not be important to you, but for me, I felt like there has been more than one occasion where I completely had to like scrap a video or scrap a recording because I did not know how to find that tool, and I did not know how to get my my volume back to normal. So the next tip that I want to share with you guys is learning how to get rid of some of the background noise. And by background noise is if you have like a right now, like the AC or a heater on, or sometimes it can be, say, the dryer, or sometimes if you have a very sensitive mic, it can even pick up the humming that might come from the refrigerator. And what I learned is that you can actually use this function, the noise reduction tool, to help eliminate some of the background noise. And the way it works is the software requires you to select a portion of the audio that you would like to reduce the sound in. And in this one, fortunately enough, I don't have any. You would better see any background noise. You better see like any fuzzles, but pretty much the recording requires you to select the part that you want to like sample data or sample, and then you select noise profile. After you select noise profile, then you gotta once again select all the recording, and then just hit OK. And then what happens is the software would apply, it will try to locate all that sample recording with that noise that you're trying to eliminate. and it will search for it and take it all out. And you can also use the noise reduction I guess sliders to adjust how like well or how sensitive the software should look for those samples to take them out. But that's another tip that I found has been very useful for me. And lastly, I wanted to share, if you ever wonder how some people have been able to have a background noise or background music underneath their recording, I know, like with some of the video editing software, they make it more. It's a lot more simpler to do it that way. But if you want to do it with this software, I'm going to show you how. Just a second. So here's a sample track that I added to it. Now, say if I wanted to have this play under, like right now, the way it's set up, if I was to hit play, and the playback would include the actual voice plus the recording, the music underneath. But what I learned more recently, in order to have it so that the actual music or the background music or effects don't be too loud, what you can do, select the recording, click on this icon right here, the envelope tool, and what it does is it will let you reduce the overall volume of the music or background noise. So yeah, there's just some few tips that I wanted to share with you guys today. Hopefully someone found this information useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, or you can send me an email. And if you found this video useful, please remember to like and subscribe.